What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Chase, aka CR Media, here with my friend Scott, Raz Dark Wolf, and we are live again
I've
for
missed that.
another episode
Not
of
gonna
the
lie, I've
Dynamite
missed that,
Podcast.
Chase.
I know. I figured you did. We appreciate everybody jumping in the chat so far. Mick Thomason here. Stephen Chambers said R.I.P. Iron Sheik. Crazy news. Scott and I were just talking right before the show started that Josh hit me with some trivia today and said now that Iron Sheik has passed away, now there is only two living ex WWE champions that won the title before 1990. So,
And
and that
I
is,
got it wrong.
yep,
Even I got it wrong.
I got it wrong too. So, if anybody wants to go ahead and guess while we're doing all the knick-knack paddywhacks before we get started, go ahead and give us some guesses in the chat, and we'll read them off. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but
So
yeah,
who do you think are the two living WWE before 1990?
yep, the only two living WWE champions before 1990. I think it's unfair. He's really old, so.
He was probably there for the title reign of Bob Backlund. So
yeah.
sorry, Stephen, I still love you.
His second title reign made me very mad. His second title reign made me very, very mad. I want to punch Helen Hart in the face for throwing in that towel on Bret Hart, but that's all right. I digress.
But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, she did the smart move. So
a crossface chicken wing. Yeah, man. Hey, watch it. Steven is wise. Yes, he's very wise. He's got a big brain.
There's a reason he's the king of wheel.
Yes. The king of wheel.
Yep. Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The dude can get the answer on Wheel of Fortune in like two guesses.
So wait, I thought what is Axel's wife's name?
Alicia.
Okay. I almost called her Anastasia. I thought Alicia stomped me and Josh's record on Wheel of Fortune. Did Steven turn around and stomp hers?
No, Steven's just very amazing at like guessing the answer so quickly. Like the dude knows the answer so damn quick. Like he'll solve the puzzle almost instantly.
Interesting. All right. Well, my name is Chase. Like I said, this is my good friend Scott. We are going to break down AEW Dynamite, talk about what we liked, talk about what we didn't like, and kind of do a little in between. Stick around. If you are first time watching this show, I will let you know that Scott and I will share the link out so you can come on here and tell us what you liked and what you didn't like. If you
Steven,
are,
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you for you to join the show today.
If you have joined the show before, or if you have watched the show before, then you already know how this goes. Initial reaction to Dynamite tonight.
Initial reaction, not a bad show. Not like super fantastic, but not a bad show.
I was digging it, man. I thought the main event was very fun. I mean, obviously until the finish. I think the main event was really, really fun, and then I think the finish kind of sucked the air out of the arena. But I thought overall it was a good show. Stephen Chambers thinks it was a good show too.
I think the opening match definitely set the tone of the show.
Agreed.
And it just continued all the way through. Like,
yeah.
Was there some shitty segments? Probably, but
it
all balanced out.
I will tell you that first match of Orange Cassidy and Swerve Strickland went about the sweet spot, not including entrances. It went about 18 minutes, which to me,
I was
18 minutes,
surprised.
18 minutes is that
Not
sweet
gonna
spot.
lie. I
Yep.
was surprised.
Yep. I was surprised they gave him that much time. And I thought they were going to let Swerve win.
Not alone there, man. I thought that Swerve was going to take this one home. We were going to have a new champ. I thought we were going to get Orange Cassidy pushed out for a little bit and some time to heal up. But no, I think they did really well with this match, and I could see a future match down the line between these two.
Yep. Who's going to derail Orange? Really thought Swerve was going to win. Steve thought so as well. If you had to pick, is there anybody like in the pool right now that you think could take out Orange Cassidy?
That's a good question. And hello to AEW in the chat. Thank you for showing up.
Nice. I like it. Scott, look up.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry. But yeah, my thought was going to be Swerve Strickland, but I wouldn't mind seeing this drag out a little bit longer. And as much as you may not agree with it, but I think maybe put Darby Allin in there. Put Darby Allin in a bit of a feud with Orange Cassidy.
Not a fan.
I know you're not a fan. But it could work.
It could. I definitely could see it.
Like that Orange Cassidy is the workhorse of the company.
Absolutely.
So definitely will be something interesting to see where they go from here.
I can see it. I also think that I think Swerve is the right guy. I also think Keith Lee could be the right guy. Maybe not beating Orange, but possibly looking at, being a contender for that title later down the road.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks.
Oh, definitely.
I think that I think Ricky Starks kind of has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. I don't know. Did you see that thing that they did with or that interview he did where he mentioned he mentioned the four pillar thing.
Yep.
Yeah. But man, what a way to kick off the show. A 20-minute match or 18-minute match. Like I said, it was 20 minutes, but that was minus, entrances and stuff. Then, the Mogul Embassy hit the ring and immediately got to beat down Orange Cassidy. And then obviously the lights went out and Darby Allin and Sting were in the ring and everyone else, kind of bailed when they hit. The lights were out for quite a while.
Yeah.
I thought when they came back on, I thought like there was going to be a bunch of
dead bodies everywhere.
Yeah, dead bodies.
The whole dead bodies everywhere sort of situation. It would have been cool, but I also kind of like the way they did this because it means it sets up for a future interaction between Sting and Swerve.
Yes, agreed. The Bryan Danielson made his way to the commentary table. They kind of went back over, the big announcement of Okada and at Dominion, and then Bryan Danielson.
We have to talk about that. We have to talk about that. The fact that we are getting Okada versus Danielson at Forbidden Door alongside Kenny versus Ospreay.
Yep.
I am shitting myself.
Yes.
Because it is so good.
Yes. No. Bryan Danielson? Was it because Daniel Bryanson? That's right.
Yes.
Or yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's you. You called him Daniel Bryanson accidentally one day,
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
and it's
I,
been stuck ever
I
since.
was sitting there thinking, I was like, what did I call him that day? Yes. Steven knows. Look at that. Steven using the word banger. Look at
Yeah,
that.
he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It is going to be a damn banger.
Yeah.
I'm just spewing that it's not going to be in London.
That is correct. It's going to be in Toronto. Like I said, if AEW would have booked Forbidden Door in Chicago again, I would have gone to this event.
Yeah,
In a heartbeat. It's just I'm not going to Toronto. That's ridiculous.
I mean, I'm flying all the way from Australia to London, so I have to go. I did want to go to Toronto, but yeah, you know the situation there. So
yeah. Speaking of traveling and coming from Australia, I'm going to see your friend Shaza McKenzie on Friday at look at that.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes. But yes,
the logo is also on the back. But if I turn up and stand around, everything goes blurry, and that's not what you want to see. You're here for the wrestling content, not me making a blurry camera.
I was going to say I'm going to see your friend Shaza this Friday at St. Louis Anarchy. Do you want me to tell her that Sydney sucks?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Please do. Tell her Sydney sucks.
Yep. All right. Absolutely.
Melbourne all the way.
Okay. That because I asked her before we went live on that interview. I was like, so hey, I got a friend who wanted me to tell you that Sydney sucks, but he lives in Australia. And I go, is it? And he goes, she goes, he must be from Melbourne. She was like, that makes all the sense in the world. And I was like, all right.
Tell her I'm originally from Adelaide, but I moved to Melbourne at the end of 2019.
Gotcha. Definitely. Next match, which I thought was kind of fun, man. I was kind of like, a little on the fence about it at first when I saw the graphic come up. But when Moxley jumped over the barricade and then
Chuck taken out by a chair.
Yeah, Chuck Taylor immediately throws a chair in his face. It was action packed and it was a lot of fun. It was like I said, it was just all over the place.
It was great. Like the fact that you had BCC on the defense right from the start of the match, instead of them being the one to carry the match with all the offense, they were right on the defensive right from the start. And it actually made sense in the story. It made sense of that Chaos knew what was coming. So they went, screw it. We're going to take it to them.
Exactly. Like I said, I loved it. The only thing that was kind of like whatever was those stupid elbows to the neck that Wheeler Yuta does. I don't think they're stupid. What I thought was stupid was that he like kept
the continuation of it.
Yeah, the continuation of it. It was like, all right, my guy. All right, my guy. What's up, fucker? We appreciate you joining, Kai.
Thanks for joining, Kai. It's nice to see you as always.
The Young Bucks appear backstage. They for whatever reason, Hangman Adam Page makes a challenge for
next
week, and it's going to be Moxley, Casanoli, and Yuta, and then Danielson at the commentary table. Accepted on their behalf. So
I think that's going to be a good match. I obviously think we're going to get some mess around, unfortunately, but I think it's going to play into the story that AEW is trying to tell with the whole BCC versus the Elite situation. So.
Agreed. Afterwards, before they go to commercial, they showed a video package of Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay from their match at Wrestle Kingdom. Ospreay wants revenge. Is Ospreay going to win this one at Forbidden Door?
From what I've heard of news reports previously, is that they were looking at a 3-match series this year. So you'd kind of want Ospreay to win it, but
and then they have their final match at Wrestle Kingdom.
No, because Wrestle Kingdom's not till next year. It would have to be an All In. It would have to be at All In.
You think so?
And for me, that the problem I have with if Ospreay wins at in Toronto is he's not going to get the pop that he's going to deserve. He would get that more in London than anything.
What if Ospreay wins at All In?
If he wins at All In, he's going to get the pop there.
Yep.
But it won't be as...
What if he wins at Forbidden Door and All In?
I don't think it would be as strong a win at All In then. And it wouldn't be as big of a pop. Because you'd get more of a pop from the hometown crowd, and you know how much like Tony Khan loves his hometown crowd pops.
Yeah.
Tony loves his hometown crowd pops, and he's gonna want to have that there. So
here was an interesting point, kind of not to go too far back, but Steven said Dark Order interferes next week, and then the BCC wins.
I could see that happening. I mean, they've splintered the story in there a little bit. They've slid it in and driven that nail a little bit in there. So it's interesting to see where we go with it, because you've got the whole Dark Order and Hangman sort of situation.
Agreed.
So
I just don't know if they're going to insert the Dark Order when I think that they have a lot of plans left still with the BCC and the Elite.
Yeah.
I think Blood and Guts is coming down the road.
I'm still pitching that Blood and Guts match.
Yep.
So AEW, if you're still here and still listening, Chase and myself, we've been pitching a Blood and Guts match between the BCC and the Elite.
Yeah.
Please offer it up.
As much as I would love to be like, oh, hey, like we've been offering this up, I think it's a no-brainer. Like you've got the BCC and then you've got the Elite. I just think Blood and Guts is writing on the wall. Like
it's money.
Yep.
Money. It's a paycheck.
Yep. Agreed. And
you know that people will watch.
Steven brought up another great point. Don Callis interfering, and then a new champion, Will Ospreay.
Yep.
I could see happening.
Well, it's interesting because when we get to that, Don Callis later in the night makes a mention of something, and I'll save that for when we get there, though.
Agreed. So MJF comes out, runs down the crowd a little bit.
Yep.
And then talks about how there's no one left for him to face. And then Adam Cole's music hits. And we got a great promo for the
that segment went really long, but it didn't feel long because of the fact of who was in that segment.
Agreed.
Like the fact that we had Adam Cole and MJF bouncing off each other.
Yep. Booty sweat, Kai. Booty sweat.
I don't know if you noticed we were getting we had MJF throw the whole Killer Cross promo back to Adam Cole.
There was a lot of great moments in that promo.
Yeah, there
That
was
that
the
was. I don't know if it was my favorite, but that was one of mine.
it definitely cut close to home and
Yep,
close to where they should be going with this feud.
agreed. The Vince McMahon jabs I thought were good.
Yep.
You know, Steven Chambers said great promos from both MJF and Cole. ABJ,
ABJ, baby.
Anthony Blackwell Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, I thought it was I agree. I didn't even notice how long it I didn't know how long it went on until it was kind of like brought up. I thought
As I said, it was
great.
a longer segment than what would usually be considered for this sort of thing, but it suited the style of what they were going for, and it suited where they're going with this. I like how at the end of this segment, we didn't have a confirmed date for the match. We didn't have a confirmed date. We didn't have something that was going to set it in stone, and it wasn't pushed as being at Forbidden Door, putting the title on the line at Forbidden Door, closing off any chance of an intercross promotion title match.
Yeah, agreed. Would love to see it. I mean, I'm on the fence. I think the two I would like to see would either be I'm okay with them doing Adam Cole and MJF at All In, and I am just as okay with them doing MJF versus Pac, like we talked about.
Yeah.
I think Pac stepping into All In front of that London crowd, I think would be huge.
And ABJ brought up a fact on that, like title change in the hometown.
Yeah.
Would for Pac to win the belt in the hometown in London.
Yeah, we were in the Discord that night, and then ABJ said turn around and drop it again at All In, or I mean
All Out.
All Out. Yeah.
Yeah. So he went in and then went all out.
Yep. Exactly. I don't think it would. I kind of sort of like the idea, but I think, like you and I have said or talked about several times, and I fully believe this. If I'm AEW and you're packing more than 60,000 people into Wembley Stadium, I would make that crowd lose their voice. I would give them every opportunity to make a big pop that you could.
For 1,000%. Like they're already going to lose.
You can call it pandering, whatever, but this is business. Like it doesn't matter what you think about pandering. It's a business.
So, for a fact in that London crowd, the minute they hear Jericho's theme, they're going to go nuts. The minute that you hear Cult of Personality for CM Punk, they're going to go nuts.
Yep.
People are going to go mental because it is a huge crowd. It is a huge opportunity to create a massive moment in the company's history.
Yep. And like I said, I would take every opportunity I could to pander to that crowd. Give them Goldberg coming out, spearing somebody and walking out. Give them Sting.
I'd prefer to keep Goldberg away, but that's just me.
I like I said, man.
I see where you're coming from with
it. As a wrestling fan, like you kind of like, like I said, but if that crowd will be so hot that if they saw Goldberg come out and spear Chris Jericho and give Chris Jericho a jackhammer and then walk out, that crowd would erupt. I mean, it would blow the roof off the place.
You've just killed Mark in the chat because he's going to come at you and you're going to be destroyed. Yeah. See, I told you.
Okay. Calm down. I mean, if you give them Pac and MJF in the main event for the title, they're gonna go nuts, and they're gonna go even more nuts if Pac wins that title. I don't know, man. like I said, if I'm AEW, I am giving that London crowd every opportunity to blow the roof off.
I mean,
multiple times.
We'll get to it again, but you look at how they've stacked the deck for next week on Dynamite, and we'll get to that at the end of the show. So,
absolutely. So we, the whole promo with MJF, and then we get the footage, afterwards, of a Double or Nothing. The Hardys getting control of Ethan Page's contract.
Yeah.
I feel like this
on this moaning situation.
I think it's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I thought like when they had the Hardy compound match and he stood on top of like that like crate or whatever. The shed. And he started like moaning, and it was like amplified through the whole forest. But him getting in people's ears and going spectacular and then moaning is I think it's gold.
I think like how they're using him is brilliant. I'm interested to see where they go with this whole Ethan Page situation, and will he be thrown into the lake of reincarnation at some point?
I don't know.
And we get a revival of his Karate Man gimmick,
maybe,
which was killed off in TNA.
Yeah. Yes, I wouldn't hate it. I feel like the storyline has been drug out for a very long time, and I was on the edge of hey, let's wrap this up, but they started adding a little bit of more layers to it, and I'm like, okay, maybe it can go on for a little bit longer. Did you see the clip from the house show?
No.
They won the match, and then Matt told Ethan he wanted him to do Jeff Hardy's dance. And so Jeff showed him how to do the dance.
Oh,
and
actually,
then,
yes. Yeah. I did.
And then Ethan did it, and it was hilarious. The next match, which was all right. I wasn't like this kind of would have been my, not for my. Me,
I was worried at first because Preston and Drolistico haven't really been pushed that much, but once Preston took that headshot and was bleeding all over the place, it made Hook look legit.
I did. I agree.
That actually made Hook look legit. And if I'm AEW going forward, I'm booking Hook in brawling matches like that.
Yeah.
Just shit kicking, not caring, no rules, just shit kicking each other and brawling all out.
And he should be like a heavy brawler, but still have that suplex side to him, like his dad. I agree.
Dad, yeah.
I like that a lot.
And do us a favor, put that bloody title, put some relevance behind that title. I know Taz talks about it and how it's not recognized by any company. Make it recognized. Make it like the fighting man's title.
It's a no for me, dog.
Why?
I hate that title. I always have. I've always hated that title. I thought that title should have stayed and died in ECW. But that's just my thing. Because it was if it's not recognized and it holds no prestige, why do you keep bringing it back, man?
Yeah.
It was Taz's way of saying fuck the world, I think it's weird that they keep trying to make it a thing, and I'm just all right.
I guess it's from his AEW, his ECW days, so that's why they want it there.
Yeah, I know. He did the same thing. He kind of tried to bring it in WWE, and it was
the thing is, in WWE they never would have recognized it in the first place because they went the full PG, and having the letter F on it didn't really help. So
And they would have called it the attitude adjustment title.
title, and it would have been put on Cena, and it would have been left there for years on end.
Tony Khan's major announcement.
For the main event of Collision, the first main event of Collision.
Yes, which is Saturday, June 17th.
In case you've forgotten, on TNT.
That is correct.
And it is emanating from Chicago.
That is correct. And the main event for the show will be Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe against the AEW Tag Team Champions, FTR and CM Punk.
Look, we called a variation of it. Myself and Graves, we spoke about it when we did his Graveyard show. I think it was last week. We did the Graveyard show, and we said that Punk versus Joe would possibly be the first main event or the first feud that Punk goes into.
Yep.
So I think we're kind of getting that. I think we are definitely kind of getting that. And as Stevens just said, it is a great main event. It is definitely something that we can all put our eyes on and go, this is going to be fantastic. We know that Juice is good. We know that Jay White is fantastic and can go. We know that Joe and Punk have had history and have had bangers in the past. Let's do it. Let's do it.
That is correct.
And yes, Mick, you were, Mick.
Yes,
you were. I appreciate you being there.
The next match, kind of a squash match. Takeshita with Don Callis
versus Damon Ace.
Yep. And
who actually represents Rocky Mountain Pro, which is one of Hunter's boys.
Yes, that is correct. Rocky Mountain Pro is in Colorado. A lot of our guys here in the Kansas City area dabbled in Rocky Mountain Pro, or still dabble in Rocky Mountain Pro. The Howlets, Dak Draper. Dak Draper's a main player for Rocky Mountain Pro.
Yeah.
Or was. $500 for not calling.
He hates that word.
I do too. I despise that word. So I am slowly getting to the point where I'm trying to cut botch out of my vocabulary and jobber. Jobber I've done really, really good with. I haven't done that in a while, but
they're more enhancement talents than anything.
Yes.
A jobber is, back in the day, is more like what Al Snow did with the Job Squad. Yeah. Pin me, pay me, I'm done.
Yeah.
I've done my job, I'm going home.
Yeah.
But these guys are more the enhancement talent because they're still putting on some semblance of a match. We're not just seeing we're not just seeing them being squashed completely. Okay, Damon Ace got squashed today, but he still put on some offensive in the match.
Dominic, we appreciate you, sir. Did you know that Dominic is here?
Dominic is here. That is amazing.
I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you. So. ABJ was here.
Mick was here too, by the way. He's still here. Mick is still here.
Mick's going to be here for a while. Mick's on my channel supporting me now. So I appreciate Mick coming across.
So yeah, the whole thing with Don Callis cutting a promo. I think them turning Takeshita heel and then putting him with Don Callis was a good move. Kind of help, especially if you want to take Takeshita very seriously and to kind of put him as a top guy. I think he needs a mouthpiece. And Don Callis is that guy.
And see, this is where I was saying I wanted to bring up what Don Callis said in that interview. He brought up about Kenny being cancer and stuff like that. I'm not going to address that right now, but he brought up
Who's Ham and Egger?
No, he's asking is calling someone a ham and egger okay instead of a jobber?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Because that's another thing that they used to call them was a ham and egger.
Hey Raz, Blackwell's still here.
Okay,
he wants you to let me know.
Well, Chase, just so you know, Blackwell's still here.
You just got yourself a new subscriber as well. There you
Thank
go.
you, Dominic. I appreciate that.
Hey, Scott. Mick couldn't find your channel, so he went to the graveyard shift and saw it, and he subscribed.
Thank you, Mick. I appreciate that. That's really appreciated.
Yeah.
That could work. That could work, but I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think we're getting that. I think Takashita's tied up with Kenny for the foreseeable future, and I can understand why.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you understand why?
Yes.
Okay.
He was a big name in DDT Pro Wrestling. He's come across and from Japan. Kenny was the king of Japan for his time there. So we're Anastasia's not here.
I did the same thing. As soon as he put that, I was looking at it, I was like, did I miss a comment? Okay.
That's what I'm not sure either. Did we miss something? But I don't know. Also, just so you know, Chase, Kai's here. Kai's here as well. He wanted me to let you know as well.
I saw that. Don't post that yet.
Getting back to what I was trying to say was that Kenny and Kenny was the king of Japan. So Don Callis wanting to take down the king of Japan makes sense. What can
Got him.
No comment. No comment.
Are you good to go?
I'm good to go. I'm just trying these comments.
Well,
our comment section is weird.
Alex Marvez was backstage, and Christian was very upset. He talked about being the uncrowned TNT champion, and then talked about Arn Anderson costing him the title. And then so Christian revealed that Luchasaurus had bloodied Brock Anderson and said it was an early Father's Day present for Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
So,
oh, look, we got a Phil the Future in the chat.
Phil the Future.
Welcome, Phil. Thank you for coming across, my friend.
Phil the Future. He said poor Brock. Oh, Brock Anderson. My bad. I'm not dude, I literally just talked about it and I was like, Brock? I was like, Brock. I was like, who the hell is talking about Brock Lesnar? And then, Brock Anderson. Brock Anderson. That's right. Former guest of the I-70 hot tag. Former guest of the I-70 hot tag.
Oh, that's classic, Chase.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Been a very long day. So, what do you think? You think we're gonna get a Brock Anderson and a Wardlow tag team against Luchasaurus and Christian Cage?
I think possibly we will. I think that it probably won't be a full tag team situation, but I think it will happen.
Okay. Chase's brain is always farting. Yep. With
he dies it every week just before the show.
Phil, it has been way too long.
And don't forget, Phil, we invite guests in, so stick around, my friend.
Stick around. Chris Statlander defeated Anna Jay
Yep.
to retain the TBS championship.
I thought it was a good match.
Yes.
ABJ wasn't too happy with it because of the fact that he feels like Statlander's been stripped of all her uniqueness from the whole alien gimmick. But I think the match was really good.
I enjoyed it. I didn't like Statlander winning the TBS championship.
No?
No.
Why not?
I didn't. Yep. It's Lucha Rex now. Is it? Is it Lucha Rex?
Lucha Rex now, after training with Christian Cage, the human Pokemon has evolved from Luchasaurus to Lucha Rex.
I didn't even read the full comment.
Well, I've been calling him Lucha Kane, so because he's pretty much looking like Kane used to. So
yeah. Looks like Chris versus heel turn Taya.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, we're getting a heel turn from Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it 2 weeks in a row now. They've done a backstage segment of her watching Statlander, and in each of those, she's been getting pissed off.
Yep, I can see it.
But why didn't you like her winning the belt?
I didn't like the way that they I felt like it could have been saved for another event. You know,
I can say that.
Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It made sense. It wasn't for me because it made perfect sense. You know,
I think you're right. I think
Jade is a very big competitor. You know, she just came off of a grueling victory with Taya. Chris Statlander comes out and she's like, "Screw it, let's do it again." And then also could be possibly looked at as a way for Jade to turn to face. Not maybe not turn full face, but turn a little bit of face because Mark Sterling was like, "Oh, we'll take on she's ready to go again." And then she comes out and Jade feels obligated to accept the challenge, but then she could blame Mark Sterling for it. And
and look, I think you're right. I think the way they went about the instant change was wrong. I think it could have been that she came out and that we had the build up to a match.
I usually love musical entrances. I think that shit's cool. I think it just adds to the theatrics of professional wrestling. I didn't like hers only because I'm a big fan of Jade's kind of like rock jazz theme that she has.
Yeah.
And then so when she came out to that weird song of like, Pretty Girls Walk Like This, I was like, and they had a little dance number. I was like, this is weird. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, that entrance from Double or Nothing was not cool. I know it's a TikTok song. I know it's gone massive on TikTok.
I don't think it. I assure you, Raz, when Jade was picking that song, I'm not sure. I'm 110%. She didn't look at it and go, "Well, it's really popular on TikTok."
You sure? You never know, man. Like she might have gone on TikTok and been like, "Oh yeah, I like this song."
Who's Brock Lesnar?
I think, were you trying to say Brock Lesnar there, Mick?
Is he saying that Brock Anderson looks like Brock Lesnar?
I think so. But Brock Lesnar's daughter looks more like Brock Lesnar.
Moving on. Main event time.
Can we talk about the fact that we're getting on Rampage? We're getting a four-way for the women's title.
No, listen. I understand that it has been a few weeks, and that we don't do this as consistently as we should. But damn well that we break down the Rampage and the next week's Dynamite card after the main event.
Yeah,
when we put the link in the chat.
Storm backstage before the. before the main event.
No.
Because Toni Storm was talking about who she's going to take, how she's going to take on someone from whoever wins the Rampage Fatal 4-Way. You've lost control, Chase.
Shocker. Shocker. Anyways.
But yes, let's go to the main event, Chase. Let's go to the main event.
Yes. Jay White taking on Ricky Starks, coming up with the victory. I thought it was a great main event. I dug it.
Kai's message. Oh boy.
So to entertain you, Steven said it's going to be Britt winning the 4-way, and she'll be facing Toni Storm for the title next week. So.
Unfortunately, I agree with him.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I agree with him. I think while I would love for it to have been Sky Blue that walks through, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be Britt.
Yep. Scott, Mr. Rampage is talking about it. Are you Mr. Rampage?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
I think maybe you're Mr. Rampage.
But see, I didn't want to talk about it. You did. So I think he was saying like, Scott,
maybe I am Mr. Rampage.
Yep.
Maybe I'm Mr. Rampage now.
Because you wanted to talk about Rampage.
Fair
Anyways,
enough.
I thought there was a lot of cool spots in this match. You know, the tornado DDT, the massive superplex, you know, all that
we
stuff.
saw why Jay White was hired.
Yep.
We definitely saw why Jay White was hired.
Absolutely. The Guns showed up and laid out Starks with the 310 to Yuma.
Yep. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that we got interference from the Guns. I understand why it happened, and I completely get why it happened. Hold on 2 seconds. Apologize for that.
Absolutely.
I apologize for that. Child trying to interfere as usual.
Yep. I hear you. Yep. I hear you.
But, I didn't like that we had the Guns interfere.
You think they interfered because they're feuding with FTR, or do you think that they're teasing two members of Bullet Club Gold?
I don't want them to be members of Bullet Club Gold.
I don't
really
either.
don't.
I don't either.
But I'd understand if they were put in there for it.
Yes.
Because you could then you could put them in a match at Forbidden Door against traditional Bullet Club.
Yep. Agreed. Like I said, good match. Juice Robinson ran out to celebrate. And then that was the end of the show. Look at my truck.
Look at my truck. I'll explain eventually, Chase.
Okay. I know that Dominic's always playing that car game in the in the Discord. Okay.
Yes.
Is that what that has to do with?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Does he have a sound in the Discord?
Yes.
For fuck's sake.
Almost everyone has a sound in the Discord.
Jesus. Oh, all right. Anyways,
we're gonna make one for you soon.
what would it be?
I don't know. We'll figure something out. It'll probably be something to do with the Chiefs.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Got to be something. Like, what's up, fuckers? Steven Chambers has one?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the StreamYard link is in the chat. No matter where you are watching, if you want to join the show, you are more than welcome to. Just click that link. Wait your turn. You will be allowed 2 minutes. And then once everybody is done, we are there you go. What's up, you scumbags and scallywags? And then we will go from there. But in the meantime, while we are waiting for the backstage to fill up, let's go over this Rampage card.
You know, we go from last week's Rampage, which was an absolutely stacked Rampage, completely full of great matches, to a Rampage that's a little bit lackluster compared to what we had last week.
Yes.
Right.
So this week, on Friday, you're going to see the Lucha Bros and Bandito take on Ethan Page, Big Bill, and Lee Moriarty. Powerhouse Hobbs will be in action. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass will take on the Spanish Announce Project. Little known fact, you may not know this, but Axel's favorite team is the Spanish Announce Project. He's a huge fan. He wants to meet all those guys. The sooner the better. Britt Baker versus Sky Blue versus Mercedes Martinez versus Nyla Rose, with the winner getting a title shot on Dynamite next week. That is your Rampage for Friday. And
then let's talk about next week. If you cancel on me for next week, I'm flying to Kansas and kicking you in the nuts, because next week's show is actually going to be amazing.
Yes. MJF versus Adam Cole in an AEW World Title Eliminator match.
Yep.
Tony Storm defends the women's title against the winner from Rampage.
Yep.
The Mogul Embassy will take on Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Sting, and Keith Lee. Yep. And then the Young Bucks and Hangman Adam Page will take on Jon Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta.
And if you don't think that's stacked enough, there's going to be more. There will be more. And then we lead into a Saturday night collision with CM Punk. And CM Punk main eventing the first ever collision.
This is why Axel needs to get rid of that ridiculous baby, is because instead of typing with two hands, he's trying to type with one hand, and he said something mean about his favorite tag team.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a sad day.
All right, we're gonna start bringing people in. First guest, Anthony Blackwell Jr. playing on his goddamn
he's first
phone.
up on the block.
Yeah. If you can you just let me hang out with the other guests just so I could test my connection? This is the first time I have been on StreamYard since moving to the new house, so I won't interfere.
It looks great. I gotta put
curtains up behind me. So the curtains that you're used to seeing, like I have all these bags here I got to get rid of.
Oh, I didn't even see the bags. My bad.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then I opened all my figures, and I have a little collection.
He broke Axel's heart by opening a Chris Jericho one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see what like a $200 figure looks like opened? Kind of like that.
Yeah. It reminds me of
wrong character to have on this show. This is an AEW show.
Here's another $175 figure.
It reminds me of exactly what Kai said. Camera looks great and your connection seems fine so far.
Cool.
But I was gonna say it reminds me of that part on 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's like,
where she's like,
take the Yeah, she's like, take it out of the package. And he's like, these aren't meant to be taken out of the package.
It reminds me of when on Seinfeld, where Jerry wants to play with his girlfriend's toys.
Yeah. Been
Indeed.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I have I'm gonna get more of these little shelves. So when the shelf, so like I have stuff on the windowsill, like here, and then once I put the curtains up, I'm gonna try to order a shelf or two more and have 2 bookshelves on each side of the windows and then shelves behind me here. So it's kind of like a cool little display thing. But we're getting there slowly but surely, trying to make it home. But I just want to touch on the Chris Statlander thing real quick. So I agree. I think the way Chris Statlander won the title was stupid. I don't like it. I don't think it's good for Chris Statlander. You built up this strong, dominant champion and then just hand the belt to somebody else and then just have her disappear. It kind of deflates everything Jade did for almost 60 wins. And because Chris Statlander was so different as a wrestler. I know everyone's like, that alien thing is stupid. She didn't legit think she was an alien. Her personality traits, she said she felt alien amongst other people. So she leaned into that. So it was essentially her as a character. And then she was I felt she was more comfortable as that alien persona. And now she's this glam pretty girl. And AEW is chucked full of glam pretty girls. Like, we don't need everyone to be full. Like, Chris was special because she did something different. And I feel like she's kind of bland now. I'm not really into the character. It doesn't feel like her. And it made the match kind of boring.
I can see where you're coming from on that, ABJ. But I thought the match was really good. I thought the match was solid. We definitely saw the best Anna Jay match that has happened.
Yeah, I mean, like, skill-wise, it was fine. Everything flowed smooth. They worked fine together. But Chris Statlander, it's like she was kind of a bubbly, funny character, but also can work really hard. Like, she was a workhorse. So she was kind of like the female Orange Cassidy in a way, where she'd boop you on the nose and then she'd punch you in the eye. You know what I mean? Like, she was different. She had something that stood out. And now she just feels like every other wrestler on the roster.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so you character change her and hand her a title after someone who just had it for almost over 50 plus wins. You just took your title and just dropped it, because now we have to readjust to find out who we all think of Chris Statlander, and you just gave her a title that was being carried by an undefeated champion that she beat because she already just wrestled a match. It's just a clusterfuck, and I don't like the way it's been handled.
What's your opinion on this whole sign language thing that she's doing?
Chris Statlander?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, I love Chris Statlander. Like, as a person, I am a huge Chris Statlander fan. I have some of her independent shirts. I have her first ever AEW shirt. I am a Chris Statlander fan. I just don't like the way this title change happened, and I don't like the way she's being treated as a champion and as a character. But I that's the kind of stuff I like about Chris Statlander, her side language, and like she's I don't know. I'm a fan of her as a person.
I think it's good that she's being inclusive in that regard, and that she's definitely bringing something new to the table with the sign language.
Yeah,
it's not something that you usually see in wrestling.
There's a referee on the indie scene who does that too. She's really, really passionate about sign language, and she went out and learned it and stuff like that. Ref Gina had.
Do you know if Statlander has any relatives that suffer hearing loss or are hard of hearing? So that's why she does it.
I'm not sure.
ABJ, what part of the show did you like?
Adam Cole, MJF. I really feel that MJF doesn't need the title to be as over as he is, and I think if you build Adam Cole up as a baby face to then lose it again after a second title push, I think it's a bad move, but we'll see how it plays out.
I agree.
I think, like, if you would have told me 4 years ago, Adam Cole's not going to be in a WWE marketed brand and he's going to be a baby face going against the top heel in the world, I would have laughed at you. But here we are. But MJF is fantastic. He's doing a great job. His solo matches are good. He's proven he's more than just a guy in the microphone, but he's bigger than the title. and I don't think he needs to carry the title anymore to make it relevant. And I think Adam Cole is a good work rate champion that can have some fun with it for a little bit. I don't think I think we're at a stage right now where I think long championship runs, especially when your competitor or company has been doing it for almost 2 years, I think it's good to mix things up every now and then.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to stick around, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start piling in these other guests real quick.
If you don't mind if I stick around, just to kind of make sure I don't buffer out or anything. It's a little test for me.
I don't mind. Yeah. It's up to Chase.
I'm just kidding. I was going to give you shit, but I was going to say it's running smooth, and like I said, you sound great. So.
Thank you.
One thing, ABJ, I will say, don't rock your desk so much because it's rocking your camera quite a bit. Look at this. We've got Phil the Future.
Say his name and he shall appear.
Is your roof leaking? What's going on back there?
Oh no. This is a new setup for me. So yeah, I used to do everything up in upstairs, but nah, I'm just in the basement. So yeah, 2,500 followers got me basically what I just set up in the back.
Sweet, man.
That's awesome, there you go.
I like it.
Congratulations.
Throw some color splash lights in the back there and fucking pop it up.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just a different change of space. Do stuff there. Boom. Yeah, everything's set up. Perfect.
I haven't talked to you in a minute. How you been, man?
It's been it's been great. I've sort of now been on the podcasting myself. Working every Tuesday after NXT with guys on FTW, stands for Free Talk Wrestling. Not what you think, but that's where we got it from, though. That's where we got FTW from. But yeah, we've been doing great.
Nice. Phil, what did you like about the show tonight?
Man, I will say the MJF Adam Cole back and forth, that was really cool. I mean, it gave me a little trip down memory lane as far as like Adam Cole's actual career. Like, I haven't followed it that much, but then again, it always comes to the part where it's like, tell me you're talking about WWE without telling me you've been watching WWE. But I mean, it was pretty good after all. Orange Cassidy's to me proves again, he's more than just a thumb. He's been a workhorse champion for quite some time now.
He's the workhorse guy of WWE. There's talk of him being named like along the lines of Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, he's getting up there as far as like those workhorses of AEW. Definitely. I will say, what is it? You know what? I'm actually on something with you, Scotty, with the fact that I wish Sky Blue would be the one winning that 4-way. I mean, I met her last year. So
I think she's amazing, man. Like, just from what I've seen of her, I think she's done amazingly, and I think she is very, very talented, very underrated, and needs a push in the company to get her further up and get the women's division going and give that women's division its strength.
Absolutely.
I think that she should definitely be one of the people that is up in that, if not women's title contender, maybe the TBS title, somewhere around there. But push her up there.
Absolutely. Plus, I feel like it would be absolutely unexpected. Like Sky Blue coming up above names like Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Mercedes Martinez are already like established names. It would be something people would not expect. Plus, 100%. I think, again, like you said, like with her going against Toni Storm, it would be something
Chase,
different.
you're muted.
I know, buddy. I know.
Like, it would be something completely unexpected too. Like Sky Blue, Toni Storm for the women's title again. Yeah, like it would be something that I think would just show that look, the undercard actually does have talent. Like for per se. But yeah, a lot of that. Let's see, Spanish Announce Project. They just seem to. I don't know what it is about them. They're just. just pop out at me. They're just funny.
Yeah, they pop out of nowhere because of they're used like every now and again.
I mean, it's just I never thought I'd see the day where Angelico would team up with Chaos Project. That's just probably the weird part about it. But moving on. The fact though, that in the Adam Cole MJF thing, we got the thing where MJF said coming from Keith Lee's manager, and then the next Dynamite, well, not only do we have MJF and Adam Cole, but we literally have the Mogul Embassy going against Orange Cassidy, Sean Sting, Darby Allin, and then Keith Lee. Like,
yeah,
coincidence? I think not. I mean, it probably wouldn't be Dustin Rhodes anyway. But
I think we've definitely got a good show coming up in the next week. So
we definitely do. And then of course, Collision coming up. Of course, I'm from Chicago, so yes, I'm excited. CMFTR finally becomes a thing.
The bigger question is, are you going to be at the show?
I mean, I've got tickets, so I
go away, Colin.
That didn't work. Trust me, my guy. We've all done it, man. We've all done it.
I pressed the button.
If I cover my mouth, they won't hear me.
Yeah. No, I did it,
and I thought I'd cover my mouth, and he would hear it, and then
I did it one time where I pressed the button, but I like double clicked it, and I was like, "Get your fucking ass upstairs now!" Yeah. Yep. All right, Phil. I promised everybody I would keep them to 2 minutes tonight. I'll let you have a little bit more, man, because it's been a while since we've seen you. Good to know you're still alive. Good to know that you're not. Good to know that you're not keeping bodies in that basement. That you're actually keeping like merch and stuff like that. That's cool. Not that you look like somebody that would keep bodies in the basement, but anyways.
No, I'm just in here going, "Dear Stan, I hope this letter gets you well."
ABJ is just with the creepy smile.
Make sure you guys all check out Phil the Future on TikTok. He's part of the Wrestle Talk community. They do a lot of cool things, so go show them support over on the TikTok side.
Absolutely. And if I could,
and real quick, I do have a little bit of beef with the Wrestling Talk community. Just gonna air it out real quick. There's a lot of people in the Wrestle Talk community who are cliquey and they don't communicate with a lot of people. But every chat I go to, no matter who's in there and what's going on, if Phil sees my name pop in, he does say hi. So Phil, you are the real one, and he doesn't forget his friends, and I appreciate that about you.
I always remember that, Anthony, to be honest. Like as soon as you heard me, as soon as I heard you say that, I'm just like, yo, I need to do that more often. I need to let people know that, I'm seeing them, I'm making them feel welcome.
I feel like here's my biggest gripe with Wrestle Talk right now, and a reason why I kind of stay away from it. If you look at a lot of the lives, no one really watches them. And the reason they don't watch them is because it's almost like a Discord chat that they're just talking to each other, but you're not really engaging the people who are going to be there to watch you, if that makes sense. It's almost like you're using it as a chat room, and you're kind of like, we don't care if people watch. And then people block you guys because you openly talk about things that are against TOS. And that's why people are getting banned all the time. Like, there should be a Discord chat. And then when you're live on TikTok, it should be like, hey, we're here to find new people to make our brands better, and not using it as a chat room where you don't even read the chat and not engage in fans. Because I feel like that's what TikTok's doing. And now a lot of people are taking TikTok to Twitch, and they're doing the same thing on Twitch. And you guys are all on your phones, or you're all looking at everywhere else but the chat, and you're not engaging with an audience. And I was like, if you guys just change that a little bit, I think a lot more of you would get a bigger following.
I think so. Like,
and ABJ is not wrong there, Phil. Like, you are one that has definitely acknowledged us, and you are the only.
I think there's very talented people on TikTok.
Yeah.
I just think the people on TikTok should use TikTok to create content and not to use it as a Discord server to talk to your friends.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
But you do a great job.
Yep. I really try to. And I mean, especially with especially now that I guess I should say still kind of new on the podcasting. Like I said, I do every time after every night after NXT from 9 to 11 Central Time, I'm with Free Talk Wrestling, which is of Two Sweet Plays, All Wrestling for Life, Tanner Coaster, Matt Duas. Shout out to all four of them. They're my guys. But yeah, we really keep it open. That's why we call it free, which is why we call it Free Talk. We keep it open. We let people talk about what they think from like the entire week, how things are going, stuff like that. Something new, something fresh. Just making sure the people get to hear what.
Now you say it's a podcast. Can I find it on a podcast app or is this a live stream?
You can find it. You can find us on. You can find us on Twitch. We do Twitch every Tuesday. I think we did it on YouTube, but I think we kind of got a copyright strike for watching a wrestling episode of South Park. But other than that,
was it the All Out Brawl Out?
Yeah, like Vince, like the one Vince is at the end, and he's like, "Yep." Like, oh my gosh, they bastardos.
All right. Well, Phil, why don't you? Everybody can find you on social media at Phil the Future, right?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Well, Phil, it's always been a pleasure, sir. Don't be a stranger. Come back. We love having you. And you have a good night, sir.
Same to you guys.
All right.
There we are.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
Is that Mark Hoppus from Blink-182?
Wrong.
We got the fresh do. We've got the ABJ shirt.
You look good. You look good.
He changed it to his ABJ shirt halfway
Yeah, I had to make a quick freaking wardrobe change because ABJ was here and I don't want to earn his ire. Anyway, also you can see I've done a little work on the camera side of things. As a matter of fact, I think I want to show you guys a little something. There we go. Got it.
It doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for you. I have magical powers. Got some new neon installed in here. All right. Well, I was really hoping you were live last week because I didn't get to pull this out, which I'm happy about. I was happy that I didn't pull this out last week, but unfortunately I've got to pull it out this week. Well, I mean, except for the glasses, I mean, you might be right. I don't know.
No, he has glasses now.
bro. I want to go back. I don't know if you guys saw this comment.
Just leave it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Matt was going hard in the paint. Matt was going.
He called him Yogurt Boy.
Yogurt guy.
Is that Jimmy on GTA 5?
That was a good one. Is that Jimmy? Dude, Matthew's a savage. And Phil, don't get offended. Matt gets everybody. I'm Mr. Apple Bottom Jeans because I'm ABJ.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Apple Bottom Jeans
and
Scotty
Chase is
Claus,
Uncle Chase.
Uncle
Scotty
Chase
Claus.
and Hunter Hershey Helmsley over here.
Hunter Hershey Helmsley. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Jake.
Yeah. He called him Mr. Bone Taker.
Oh shit! If you're still watching, Phil, please don't take any offense by what's being said by Matthew.
If there's a LGBTQ wrestler out there who needs a T-shirt idea, the Mr. Bone Taker is up for grabs. Anyone can have it. That's an amazing shirt.
If it's any consolation, I
That
call
needs to go to
Matthew.
Effie.
Yeah.
I call Matthew Ridge Holland. So
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
And there you go.
Speaking of
Matthew-
speaking of Bone Taker, ABJ, have you seen that? One of my favorite things to do on TikTok is to watch Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Okay, have you seen Theo Vaughn talk about the game he used to play in kindergarten or
No.
when they were little kids? He was like, back on the playground, we used to play this game. We called it Gay Chicken. and you grab each other's wieners, and the first one to get an erection lost.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game.
So when you said LBG, LBG,
TQ.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Bone Taker, that's what I thought.
Oh, it's a great name.
And it's gone downhill.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sports
Okay.
Empire Network.
Yeah.
We've gone
It's
from
all right.
AW post Dynamite show to this.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody who are fans of the Sports Empire Network. Whenever ABJ makes his presence known on,
I've
these
been
shows-
good. Don't blame ABJ. I've been good.
I love Theo Vaughn. I like how he says yogurt.
I'm not getting on this. I'm not getting involved. I'm staying neutral. I'm like
dear
Switzerland, staying
me.
neutral.
We have officially gone. The train has officially derailed.
Hunter, what was your favorite part of the show tonight?
Well, I still got to bring this sucker up because I totally forgot to bring this up. 2 skip cards tonight. The first one was the announcement. Before you say anything, the announcement is a banger. The match for the first collision is going to be a banger. The announcements, on the other hand, they're getting a little too frequent. And I think Raz can attest to this.
I'll give you that. I'll give you the skip card for the fact that he's doing so many frequent announcements. I'll give you that. But if it's for the announcement itself of what the match
No.
then you'll have to be shot in the head for that one.
No. No, I thought the announcement for the main event was fantastic. It's just that the fact that they're getting a little too frequent. That's all.
Oh, they are still new. They have 3 big shows coming up, and they also have a new show starting. So I can give them a little leeway when it comes to announcements.
And the others. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Mick. I have no control over Tornado Tag
Yes,
podcast.
you do.
That belongs to Anthony.
No. Anthony told me that he sold the rights to Tornado Tag to you, and that you are
No,
you
Tornado
own-
Tag is still mine, but Raz owns Tornado Tag podcasts.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Guys, you're not supposed to announce this. I haven't got everything in place yet. So
Tornado Tag
Hey,
is back.
who's gonna tell Mick that Scott bought the Tantalizing Tony podcast?
He did. Came at a big cost when he bought it.
Somebody needs to tell Mick that.
See,
So.
I'll tell you this. He bought the Tornado Tag podcast and the Tantalizing Tony podcast with all the money he won from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
And
Right.
also, Chase, you need to fix your hair, or Hunter's going to send you a cease and desist letter.
yep.
What are you trying to do, Chase?
I was trying to.
Are you trying to ride my lightning?
Well, I don't have any hair down here to mess with, so I was trying to.
Fair enough.
I was trying to do it up here, but
Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the other skip card was the ending to the main event tonight, as Raz alluded to, the Gun Club, the Ass Boys, as everybody likes to call them.
yes. Before you continue on, please let Mick know that that when the sale of the Tantalizing Tony podcast goes through, that Scott has demanded that Tony and Kira all speak in an Australian accent. So
Kira could probably do it. She does English pretty well.
if you say so, my guy,
Oh, God.
whatever you say.
That's Scott's that's Raz's big announcement.
I'm done. I'm out.
And you all ruined it.
Also, check out Raz on OF.
Hey, ABJ, that was just for you. That link was only for you, no one else.
Oh, that's what I was the only fan. I get what you're being now.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
All right, Hunter, if you could change one thing about tonight's show, how
If I could change one thing, it would just be make the announcements less frequent. But as far as the other question that you asked me before I brought up the skip card, my favorite parts of the night was the opening match and the fact that another one of my Rocky Mountain Pro friends, Damon Ace, and by the way, thank you, Chase, Chase and Raz and Jake for not calling him a jobber. You're each getting $500. Your check's in the mail. It's really good to see, and ABJ can attest with Action Andretti. It's good, and it does a soul good to see one of your friends actually make it to the big time.
My guy won though.
Well, of course your guy won. We get that.
But
wait, whoa, Matthew, wait. We don't go there. We don't go there. Let's not go there.
If AEW is still watching this, tune away now. This is definitely not the time to be watching it.
Let's not go there.
This is where big announcement. Tony Khan, big announcement. I may have sent Hunter a new logo design that I'm pretty excited and proud of. All I'm going to say is you guys are going to love it, baby.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I like it.
Oh, hush, Axel. You're just jealous because none of your guys ever made it to AEW and got jobbed out.
Yeah, that's right, Axel.
Fucking shots fired.
That's right.
Fucking
That's right.
shots fired.
Your guys got their gimmicks stolen by 3 guys who aren't even fucking Hispanic. So
2 guys are.
Who?
Serpentico and
I'm gonna have to see.
I think Luther is Spanish.
No, I'm gonna have to see their I'm gonna have to see their ancestry database.
Oh, okay.
Or their 23andMe.
Anyway,
Let's not, shall we? Let's not go down this path.
Let's carry on here. I know Chase is completely going, what the heck's going on here?
I think we lost control of this a long time ago. So
I blame ABJ.
Not me.
Yeah.
Every time you fucking come on my show,
it just turns into shit.
It just turns into a train wreck, and everybody's entertained.
I've been behaved.
It turns into a pudding shooter.
oh my lord!
Boom!
You could still be from Canada and Spanish.
I mean, look at the fact that what's his name? Jinder Mahal is from Canada, and he's still Indian.
Oh dear me! 2 minutes turned into like 20 or something.
Yep.
We're
all
gonna
right.
cut you off here, Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
please.
Keeper of the skip cards. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media, my friend.
Anyway, oh hush, Axel. You can find me on all of the socials: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. I don't post there on TikTok, but I just kind of watch funny videos, and YouTube at HunterDillon95. I completely forgot what I was going to say. I'm going to try and get back to streaming later this week. I've just been having a rough couple of months, and I've been taking a break. I'll probably get back to it.
You got a side hustle. Why don't you tell everybody about that side hustle?
I almost said my joke to Hunter in live stream that I've been joking with him every time on the Discord. Every time it's like Hunter's like, I had a bad day. I had a real bad day. And I was like, hey, at least you're not divorced.
Well, I mean, that's
You just
not,
did, ABJ.
You just did, but you're not
Breaking
wrong.
news. Tony Khan breaking news.
Anyway, but yes, I do have a side hustle at Logos by Hunter. I create logos for wrestlers and promotions.
Sure, it's not Hunters by Logo.
Yes, Chase, congratulations. Hashtag Hunters by Logo. You are now part owner of that. Anyway,
Is that what I said?
Yes,
that
you
is
said
what you
Hunters by
said.
Logo.
Hunters by Logo.
God.
Anyway,
It's almost as good as your Daniel Bryanson.
But yes, Logos by Hunter. I make logos for wrestlers and promotions, podcasters. Are you dying over there, Chase?
Close, yes.
I mean, we're all
Dear
technically
me.
dying, but
Some faster than others.
I completely lost track here. Let
Speak
me
for
start
yourself.
again.
Speak for yourself. I'm living. LIVIN.
La Vida Loca.
I'm afraid.
Happy
Anyway.
birthday, friends.
Logos
Yeah.
by Hunter.
Nailed it.
Logos by Hunter. I make logos for wrestlers and promotions
ABJ.
and podcasters and content streamers and ABJ and Chase. As a matter of fact, if you watched the pit stop on Monday night, oh, that's right, I made the Raz one. I made this. And if you saw the pit stop on Monday night, Chase actually debuted the new pit stop logo. That's going to be permanent come next Monday, I do believe.
That is correct. That is correct.
So if you're a wrestler or a promotion or a podcaster or a content creator, you want some new logos.
Very affordable logos made. Make sure you check out Hunters by Logo.
Or Logos by Hunter, whichever you prefer. And very fast turnaround, too. I usually get stuff done between 30 minutes to an hour, so I'm pretty fast.
Nice.
Don't quote your times. Never quote your times.
Never.
Usually it's a rarity though that never mind.
All right. Hunter, it's been a pleasure as
Thank
always. Get the fuck out of here.
I think I'd better.
Yeah. Goodbye. All right, Hunter Dillon. That is it.
Oh, come on, Stephen. Where are you?
Well, Stephen was in the backstage area, but you all fucking took too long. So Stephen was like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
He left. Get Matthew Holland in here.
And let Matthew Holland say stuff like this on stream.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
We gotta get Matthew Holland into the Discord.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exclamation point Discord.
Matthew Holland, on your phone or computer, download Discord, and then send me a direct message, and I'll send you the link to join.
There you go. There you go.
All
right.
Thanks for letting me hang out.
Absolutely. Pleasure as always, sir. It's like old times. It's like old times. It's like old times.
I am. There's a very high chance with this new setup and this new house and everything.
Sorry.
What the fuck are you doing?
Blow some compressed air on the fucking microphone while it's hot. Thank you for that. My ears feel great. It is free. Yeah, it's 100% free. But yeah, if you guys, what I was gonna say is I have new house, new setup, the internet's gonna be getting fixed. Right now, I'm kind of like only on one thing right now, but that's going to change next week. Podcast is coming back next week, but I'm in talks with a new co-host for horror movie content, so that's coming back. And then the Not Cool in High School, like everything essentially going to start rolling back out, and we're going to start pumping out some content. And maybe not live streams, but maybe post show stuff. So if Chase will have me, maybe I'll be on here more often hanging out, and then maybe I'll be doing my own post show when it comes to maybe Raw, SmackDown, stuff like that. We'll see. I don't want to hold to it and make it a weekly thing, because if I could do something on a Friday night, I'm going to do it and not sit and watch the SmackDown.
Yes, agreed. That's the reason why I don't do them. I'm like, well, Wednesday nights I'm not usually doing anything. Yeah, I'm usually always watching Dynamite, so that's why I thought about recording them and just uploading them on YouTube to kind of help like the YouTube like get some views and some likes. Still.
So I'm looking for people who want to review movies, just regular movies or TV shows, but like obviously you can't say like I'm gonna do Game of Thrones. I've never seen it, unless your whole pitch is like this is why you should watch Game of Thrones. Also, Tornado Tag Podcast is, if you're gonna see it, it's gonna be Thursday nights.
Yep.
Then that'll be me and Brian.
And stop asking Anthony Blackwell about it, Mick. We told you
it's back. It's back.
Told
if you want to check it out.
We told you Raz bought it.
Yeah, Raz bought the podcast, but yeah, so it'll be back soon. Me and Brian are we already have it lined up. We're gonna be doing the history of who died like 3 weeks ago. We were supposed to do it. Superstar Billy Graham, and obviously we're gonna add the Iron Sheik in there. So that'll be back. We'll do those. And there's a lot of cool
title will be coming to that as well.
History of the U.S. title. Yeah, we have a little bit of a backlog of content we are going to talk about. We just got to get it done. It's been a lot of moving, a lot of things going on. I know I made a joke about it, but that is the breaking news here. I am currently going through a divorce, so moving locations and stuff like that has been rough, mentally, physically, the whole nine. But we'll bounce back. But content is coming soon. Just hang in there with me. That's it.
You can check out ABJ on YouTube, on Twitch, and you can find him in the Discord as well. He live streams games. He live streams the shows he just mentioned. Anything under A Blackwell Jr. is it?
Yes.
Or ABJ. Just search ABJ podcast.
Sorry about that.
You can also find Chase over at CR Media. He goes live with his Chiefs Talk, or the Arrowhead Asylum, whatever it's called these days. I don't know.
One Arrowhead Drive.
One Arrowhead Drive. There we go. He also goes live for the Pit Stop on Mondays, and then the I-70 Hot Tag on Thursdays. Sometimes he'll throw in the occasional game every now and again. But
Every now and then.
But that's a rarity. But if you like what you see tonight and you like what you're hearing, make sure you come back tomorrow for the I-70 Hot Tag, because he's got. Did you just fart, ABJ?
No, there's
No,
an incense burning right here, and it's
Oh,
the smoke is
I thought you were
flying in my
smoking. I thought you were smoking. I was getting ready to ask. I was like, "Are you smoking ganja on stream?"
Yeah.
ass.
But
No,
you can find
I have
Chase
an
on.
incense burner going
Okay.
Wow.
because it
You
smells
can
like a
find Chase on
wildfire
Twitch
outside.
and YouTube on Sports Empire Network. He also has a show on Sports Empire Network where he talks about wrestling as well. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But
They do the show without me a lot, so I
Yeah.
just but yes, exactly what all Raz said. And make sure you go check out Raz's link tree in the description. Make sure you follow Raz everywhere because he's building up his social media presence.
yeah.
Other than that, anything else, gentlemen?
Buy some merch. Buy some merch from all three of us. We have merch available. Chase will put up a link for his I-70 Hot Tag merch eventually.
Eventually, yeah. I like
I
to
have
sell
two new logos that are already done, Hunter made, that will be uploaded soon. A Raw is War, our ABJ is Raw, and an ABJ is War shirt. That's pretty cool. And then the one that we're possibly having the works, we'll just say it's an undisputed shirt.
That's dope. Yeah,
And it's the
I'm
first
not.
time that I have made physically art idea. Like I drew it. I'm sending it to
wow.
Hunter, and Hunter's going to try to digitize it and make it look cooler.
Nice.
That's gonna look good.
I am not a huge fan of splitting my proceedings with anybody. So I'm not a big fan of doing like Teespring and all that other stuff. So I usually, if you were interested in buying an I-70 Hot Tech shirt, message me and I will get it sent out to you. Message me directly for any merch, and I will get you hooked up. Like I said, I don't like sharing. I'm kind of a stingy.
Fair enough.
Kind of a stinger. Mick Thomason says he loves you, ABJ.
About time. Guy used to hate me. Now look, we turn the corner.
Yep. Gears of Kai says you can send him money to say stupid shit in different voices.
And it's true. He will actually say shit in stupid voices.
Yep. Stupid shit in different voices.
Yep.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah. You said, yeah, that's your opinion. I don't think they're stupid voices. I think they're different voices.
I think, you know what I might start doing too? I'm going to make a post about it. I think I'm going to ask people to record bumpers and send it to me that say, like, you are now listening to the ABJ podcast. Like a video of them saying that. And then,
So like what Chase does
rotate
with the I-70 Hot Tag.
Oh, is that a thing that you
Yeah,
do?
I was like, why have you not been doing that?
I don't know. I have so many wrestlers I could have done that with, but
I know.
Chase has Josh Alexander doing it, and Angelina Love, and a few others.
I'm not going to get people like that to listen to do it. I want people to send them to me because I know they actually listen to the podcast and not just like, hey, random person at a meet and greet. Can you say the podcast that you'll never ever check out?
I don't do the meet and greet, but it is something like we do if they're a guest on the show. So
yeah,
I even got Matt Seidel to do it. His is one of my favorites. So.
Yeah.
Just because it's so fucking weird, and I think he's either baked out of his mind or whatever.
I
Anyway,
just got a Matt Seidel micro brawler.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you joining in tonight. Make sure you come back in about 4 or 5 weeks when we do another episode. I'm just joshing you. We'll be back next week. Like I said, Raz made death threats, so I have to watch Dynamite, and I have to come back next week. So we appreciate everybody joining with us. Appreciate everybody joining with us. Make sure you hit the likes button, the share button. Make sure you hit the link trees. Follow everybody. ABJ's link tree is in my link tree, so you can get to his through there. And then, as always, good fight, good night, guys.
Boners.
I almost hit
Penis.